Now, of course, the madness in Queensland where, despite, as I have shown you, regional New South Wales is starting to calm down, and particularly the north of New South Wales where there is virtually no existence of COVID-19, the absurdity of the hard border and people in zero-case areas like the Tweed, like Ballina, like Byron, of course, can't get over to southeast Queensland if that's where their job is. Today, we learned a disgraceful example of the people who are being knocked back, including people who work in a health clinic on the Gold Coast who are not allowed to cross the border to get vaccines to make sure they can go back to work in the health clinic, thus disadvantaging Queenslanders. And of course, the reverberation is still rocking from what we told you about last night, that despite the fact that the house full sign was put up less than a week ago, also they could have a stunt to pretend that they need to build hotel quarantine in Toowoomba, despite the fact that they won't get any planes to land there and they'll bus potentially COVID-positive people from Brisbane for 90 minutes to Toowoomba. What could go wrong? People are blowing a stack that members of the NRL community are able to be reunited. They could have a special hotel quarantine. People involved in women's cricket, they too can have special hotel quarantine. But of course, don't ask the Premier. She's not in charge.
The reason that the hotel quarantine system is packed at the moment is because we've had so much international arrivals with the domestic arrivals, Mr Speaker, that's really stretched the resources, Mr Speaker. And what also we've been doing is we've actually been taking in extra charter flights above that international cap.
Bullshit. It was then, it is now. Thankfully, David Crucifulli can smell it when he sees it.
I refer to the Premier's comments that the sporting entourage is not counted in the cap. Sharon is a cancer patient stuck interstate following her mother's funeral. What does Sharon have to do to not be counted in the cap and return home to Queensland?
I call the Premier.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And people who have medical conditions are exempt from that cap.
But she can't get in because she keeps being denied. Footy players, female cricketers, come on in. And because there's no COVID cases in Queensland, they have to have a parliament, which means she has to answer questions like that.